3, go.
It's time to chit chat with your favorite pop culture critic. Y'all, I am coming in hot because while I was backstage waiting for 1 o'clock, child, while I was backstage and I saw a video of Shekinah on Scrappy Little Podcast, and she was talking about how basically she stood up for Tiny. And when everybody came against her, Tiny didn't stand up for her in turn. That's wrong. Okay, cool. She got a point. Then she went on to say, she was like, I'm not one of them leeching friends. Like, I was always taught, God bless the child who got his own, like, we go out to eat, the tab come, I'm pulling out my card, like I'm paying my way, right? And to that, I want to say, like, Shekinah, girl, there is a difference between not being a leash and knowing your worth. Okay. And so if you undercharge yourself the whole time you're working with Tiny, if you don't get paid your worth the whole time that you're working with Tiny, and now working with Tiny has come to an end, you looking kind of sad. And it's all because you didn't handle your business in a business way. You let your friendship get in front of the business. And like that's not smart. You know what I'm saying? She kind of, because you did that, right? Right. You didn't handle business properly. You know that you was charging Tiny a real low rate or taking a real low rate to do your job. You wasn't stacking the ducks properly, okay? And no matter how good the friendship is, and if the friendship is real good, everybody should have no problem standing on business, right? Right. Okay. Y'all, hello. Hi. Welcome. Minus that part, because I just seen it when I was coming in. Minus that part, baby. We are going to chit chat about Love is Blind, baby. Ugh. Them episodes drop. Now, if you have not seen those episodes, then you're gonna have to save the live and come back. There will be some spoilers, but it's not that deep. Like, we're gonna make it do what it do. The man is bringing me some coffee, y'all. Ugh, we need to be caffeinated during the day. And we are going to spend the hour chit-chatting about Love is Blind. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you if you ain't seen it. But please buckle up, because oh my God, the next batch of episodes for Love is Blind drop. And I just, at this point, I don't understand. I don't understand what people think they signing up for. I don't understand what this is. Okay. First of all, I am getting ready to tell you more about Brittany and Leo than any of the show has told us to date. Okay. Brittany and Leo just disappeared, and them producing people acted like we was going to forget that they was there. Like, hello, we watched them get proposed to, and now they not on this trip. We could see them not being here. Was T. To that, we never got an answer. Okay. However, here go to T. T is they decided to go to Mexico on their own. And then the producers decided not to follow them. That's their right. And then Brittany and Leo decided to break up. Boo. 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 Leo was a weirdo, and I wanted to see that play out. I wanted to see that play out so bad. And I wanted to see, like, is this man art dealer Jenna Lyons rich? Or was he art dealer Jill first season of Roni? First season, not Roni reboot, right? Like, I just wanted to see his level of real. Hello to the chit chatters in the building. Good afternoon, everybody. There are spoil alerts this episode, okay? This chit chat will include spoiler alerts, all right? So yeah, I do feel a little robbed. I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you miss them? Did you want to see them? Right? This is a chit chat, meaning that when I chat, you chat back. Hello? Ramses and Marissa. Now, first of all, let me tell you something. Ladies, y'all ladies reviewing this, that man's name is Ramses. You hear him say it, okay? All of these variations of this man's name that you have been calling him, you know what it's given. And if you ain't that, take the time to say his name correctly. Thank you. They have like, I hate them, but I love them, but I hate them, but I love them. Their communication style is so amazing and so like healed. I don't even want to say matured, right? Because that implies that everybody who matures would then have that level of communication style. And that's not how that works, right? But they communicate real well and really in depth. And they have these really good conversations with a smile, but not using the smile as a mask. So they're like, I'm smiling, but I'm saying the hard thing and I'm so serious about it, right? So Ramses is saying that he would not be with Marissa if Marissa was still in the military or if Marissa decides to go back to the military, because essentially he thinks that it's unethical. That's the long and the short of it. I can build you a whole bridge, but that's the long and the short of it. He thinks that it's like it's a morality difference for the two of them, that somebody would choose, because at the end of the day that's what you're doing when you enlist. Somebody would choose to go do all that being in the military entails. You know what I mean? We all know that it's very nuanced. He knows that it's nuanced. They've had those conversations, but they did have a very long, in-depth conversation about it. And I like the fact that he pushed her, right? You're saying that you're proud of your military service, but you are also saying that you did things that you're not proud of. How does that work? Explain yourself. Did he say it that harshly? No, absolutely not. But did he say that? Yeah. Yeah, he did. That's exactly what he said. And I'll be honest, I never even thought about it from that point of view. From my point of view, the military people that I knew were proud of their service, and I am proud of their service because, like, wow, number one, I would never go out there and do it, but I see the need for military defense. Like, hello. We would love for it to be just as black and white as like love one another, Julie Chen, Moonbase. But that's not how it works. You know what I mean? We have a military, we need military defenses. People have to do that job. And there are brave men and women and people who sign up to do that. You should be proud. Do you have to do hard things? Absolutely. That's kind of what the job entails. Do you know what that hard thing is? People say that all the time. That's what the job entails. That's what the job entails. But you don't know until it's your hard thing. One of the things that I found very, very interesting is Marissa was talking about her time on the ships, and she was saying that, like, there can be moments where you can be ordered to go into a place and kill people or press a button, and you know that that's going to kill people, but like, you, the person, would never do that. However, that eats you up inside. And I found that very interesting because my first exposure to a human being dealing with PTSD was my uncle who served. And the only explanation that he had, I might have been like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that space. Um, and the way that he described it, and hearing, being in the house. He stayed the night at my grandmother's house, and I stayed with my grandmother, and being able to hear his night terrors triggered from his PTSD and what he had to say, and it sounding eerily similar to what Marissa said. I was like, maybe it's because you don't have any experience, Ramses, but how could you not hear that and be like, wow. And now you're here and you wouldn't go back and you see, the cons and the list and the things that you wouldn't do, but like, you're thankful for that piece of you. I respect that. Great. For him to just put his foot down was a little weird. Then, as it pertains to their relationship, when you thought it couldn't get no weirder, they start having the conversation about Mary says, I will never forget the change in my little brother after serving. People see it all the time, like, ugh, and hugs to your little brother, but it's like I cannot encourage anybody to not be proud of that, or like craft a sentence that creates doubt and question inside of what they did, because from my experience I know they hold their own. So for me it's like nothing other than we're proud, and like I could never, girl, I could never do what you do. I be outside for fireworks in public, and then if the fireworks show go on a little too long, I'm like, how long? How long? What time are we wrapping this up? How long will we be doing this? You know, well, I could never. God bless you. I couldn't. So then later on, child, they go to meet Marissa's mother. Now, let me tell you something. Shout out to Marissa for knowing that her mama needs therapy, because oh, the way that she needs to be therapized immediately. Like, get the therapist here now. Have the therapist meet us at the wedding. She does not need to be on camera again without a therapist. That girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And when I said cuckoo, I hope y'all saw the bird popping out the little clock. Yeah, because that's how off she is. They go to meet Marissa's family, okay? And I believe Marissa said in the pod her mom was Honduran. And all of her and her siblings have different dads, right? So they're just one blended little cutesy family, okay? So the siblings are joking and laughing because they're like, Ramses look like he could be one of us, like he could be one of the siblings. Ah, ha, 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 ha. They go in, they do they rag on the, would y'all consider that ragging on the mother? But they definitely put they step on her a little bit. They put their foot on her throat a little bit, implying like, "Mama, we all got different daddies. Like, why you couldn't never sit still? What was happening? Tell us. Give us the tea." It's pretty much what they said. From there, Vanessa Vanessa was in her fees. Vanessa looked at Ramses and was like, "I don't know. They be talking about your looks, but I don't see it. You're not all of that to me." Saying that sentence with a tongue ring in your mouth as a grown woman is crazy. Wild work. Number one, you were never supposed to be like attracted to him. The most it was supposed to give was little grandma auntie, like, okay, he's a looker. Good job. That's my niecey poo. That's my baby. That's all it was supposed to give. Do we like the hair? No, we don't like the hair. It's for sure a choice. Why do you have those two little like you need to let it go. Cut them off. One is kind of like maybe okay. Two long ones, they have hang time. They're on your shoulder. I'll cut them in your sleep. Get that off your head. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then go and say, oh, and mix it with the little Jerry curl. Like, yes. And I'll use Soul Glow. What else? Do you have any other questions, mother? Mother dearest? So they go on, they're having these conversations, and the mom is like, I don't think, first of all, she asked him, what do you love about my daughter? Okay, cool. So he proceeds to tell his little story. Great answer, great answer. And then he says, well, I think I should add to the pot, like, I've already been married, because the mom is kind of coaching them on marriage, like, it'll get hard, it'll be this. First of all, who gave you the mic? When did you become the speaker? Aren't we sitting at the table with your 50 11 kids with 50 11 baby daddies? Mm-mm. 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 You're not a guest speaker here at all. Can you learn something from everybody? Absolutely. Does Vanessa have something that she can teach us all? Probably. Do you get a TED Talk? No. No, you don't, boo. Like, that's not how that works. So then he goes, okay, because like pretty much you're schooling me. I think I should add to the pot that I've already been in a relationship. Like, I've already been married before. She goes, okay, cool. What ended that? You asked the question. And this is something a lot of y'all don't get, even in your real life. You asked a question. This is this person's answer. Shut up while they talking. Even if you think they talking some BS, when they get done, when they get to the end of their sentence, you could be like, nah, I think that was some BS. That's how that goes. Or wow, I agree with that. Or oh, I didn't need you to mansplain marriage to me, but you asked this man why his marriage failed on television. While it's not live, they all know that these things are being recorded. And so I'm pretty sure Ramses seems like a good dude. He is trying to tell this story and leave his ex and her story and her truth out of it probably as much as possible, because he signed up for the show. She didn't. So he's telling the story through that lens, and the mom's like, oh, well, like you're painting yourself. Yes, mother, you doing all these questions with all these baby daddies, and we don't even know how many times was you married? And that one left in the middle of the night, right? Yeah, no. Um, and things happen, that's life, but like not too much. He's telling his story, right? And he's telling his truth. He was speaking in I statements. And she was like, okay, but like she agreed, right? Because you're painting yourself as this angel. And it's like, why did you come to this little luncheon with all of this smoke on your chest? Why did you do that? I don't like that for him, for me, or for you. And yes, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Actually, start there, work backwards. Lastly, in their little story, we end up at them talking about children and their timeline for children, right? So obviously, we're not trying to do this today. They want to live a little life with each other. And so she's like, okay, I'm not going back on birth control. I don't want to do that. So we gonna have to start using condoms. And he was like, actually, I hate it. Which, great, cool. If I am in with my fiance, a condom, no, no, thank you. I don't want to do it. Mm-mm. Also, though, like if that's what has to be done, then that's what has to be done, and we move on. He's making this big deal about how like he doesn't enjoy it with it on, and if he is not able to enjoy his schmeck's life, then he like that's a big part for him. Which again, independently, these statements very much make sense. The alternative is your fiance, soon to be wife, putting herself on a medication that she has already identified doesn't work for her and her body. The question that I have that doesn't belong to me, that I would encourage my homeboy to ask if he was in that predicament, is like, okay, because this is about compromise. Like, is it just that form? Have we tried other forms? Is there like, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not birth control, maybe it's an IUD. You know, I don't know. But that's a conversation that I would have, as opposed to just, well, I don't like intercourse with condoms. And then we see in the preview going forward that this is going to be like an issue. He's now pulling back. And I'm like, sir, did nobody teach you how compromise works, how things work inside of relationships? Also, her body, her choice. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa. Jump scare. Baby, I don't even know. I don't even know. First of all, I want to tell you, as it pertains to Monica and Stephen, Monica and Stephen, I want to let you know that I saw this coming. Okay, I do. And let me tell you the moment that I saw it coming. It wasn't when they were in the pods and he told Monica that he cheated on his ex the same way that he was going to eventually cheat on her. He didn't even acknowledge it fully as cheating. I guess you could say I'm in the category of, no, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to say, because you cheated. Like, what? Anyway, it wasn't that. It was when they went on their date in Cabo and they were doing the acupuncture, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna put it in my butt?" Ooh, okay. Not here to yuck anybody's yum, but like, also, whoa. He also made another reference to like butt stuff inside of that date. So then I was like, okay, I'm watching this because this is a little weird for me. Then he tells her to like, I love it when you treat me like a piece of meat. If you want to like tell me when I come home, hey, stop right there, drop them. I'm like, hands up. I was like, okay, great. Like, we all have what we're into, but also it was giving a little weird. I want to put a pin in them real quick, and I want to just play you this video from Marissa. Here's what she has had to say so far about what we've seen so far.
All right, y'all, be fucking for real. I'm here to just give you the tea a little bit. One, y'all fucking know I did not pick Ramses because he's a Cancer Leo. Yeah. Like, there's just no way that was the case. I know that's how it was portrayed, and maybe how you perceived it based on how it was portrayed, but I always hope people would watch this show and remember that we spend countless hours like talking to our partners, and we are talking about things beyond, are you a Cancer Leo or are you a great handyman? We're talking about our life goals, our past traumas, our morals, our values. Like, we are talking about a lot of things that you just can't show, unfortunately, because there's only so many hours in an episode. So keep that in mind as you watch the next 3 episodes in the next, few hours. It's not always what it seems. I obviously had a great connection with Bowden, but Bowden's and I's connection was not romantic. I felt very comfortable with Bowden, but as far as like emotionally safe and secure, that came with Ramses. And that's just that. The Cancer Leo thing, I was a giddy teenager. I was falling in love, and like, I was acting silly, but I can see how people can portray or like think that I chose him because he was Cancer Leo. But I just want to clear the air on that, because that's just not the case. I did not make it this far in life basing my every decision on an astrology sign. And then also, I'd like to address the Trump supporter shit, because I dated that man when I was like 22 going on 23, and we dated for 2.5 years, not exactly 3, almost 3, right? But not exactly, a little over 2.5. And it was during like a time where Trump was trying to get elected. We broke up during that time. And unfortunately, it wasn't like I was dating like this MAGA guy. I was dating a guy who happened to be Republican. And unfortunately, the Republican, candidate was Donald Trump. So it wasn't like I was sitting here dating this guy who's extremely racist or have these horrible thoughts. He was a part of a party. And again, there was more context to that conversation than you guys will ever see. So I just hope you guys continue to use those great critical thinking skills and watch the rest of the season, remembering that like there's so much more that you guys are not going to ever see, and to try to give everyone the benefit out. And that's not even just with my storyline, like that I mean this for all the other storylines. There's always more to what you guys are seeing. So yeah, the season's about to pick up. So, and I just want to say like thanks for everyone with all the positive comments, even the bad stuff, like the negative comments. I find them quite funny at this point. So carry on to you.
I mean, like, okay, like, okay. So any hoosers, so these two, they're having a conversation, and there's just so many references to the butt stuff. Okay, he brings up pegging. Okay, but not brings it up like a girl, you so funny. Brings it up in a like I'm just kidding. Unless you're gonna do it. Nelly type of way. Like, sir, 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 I don't even know Monica. You claim to know Monica. Where is the picture? I don't even know her. And she don't look. She don't give. She finna peg you. It gave a lot of things, but it don't give that. Also, money is not everything, but these people was not equally yoked. Okay. This man, Steven, first of all, I'm so sad that they broke up because we don't get to see his house. Sir, did you live in a shack? This man was in the apartment like, wow. And they have electricity, water, windows. I'm like, was your bathroom an outhouse? Like, it don't get at all. That girl not finna peg you. She not finna do that. But again, also, was your bathroom an outhouse? Why? Well, okay, bring it in. Now, before we even get back to DC, Virginia, wherever they are, okay, we are in Cabo. And Monica is losing her cool over some flowers. In the pod, you told me that in real life, you the type of man that would give me flowers. You ain't got me flowers. I met you. I gave you your ring. We went back to the pods. We flew on separate planes to Cabo. Now, when we got off that plane, would it have been nice if I got you some flowers? Absolutely. But again, okay, cool. We're in the middle of filming a show, ma'am. Like, please find some grace. And now we're in Cabo on this resort with all of these cameras in our face, wanting us to talk about our brown chicken, brown cow time. When was I supposed to buy you flowers? Okay, great. Then she starts telling this man, like, no, because he was like, I know you're not the type of girl that would be like, oh, I gotta buy her this Kate Spade bag. Kate Spade. And she was like, no, let's not do that. More like Louis Vuitton. He says, who is that? Is he a big deal? There is no way. You're an electrician, but there's no way you're out of touch. And then also, please, let's just be very clear. This man is a unionized electrician. Okay. He is like them iron workers and stuff out there. This is why he got laid off on his job. He is not getting like laid off on a corporate job. You work those type of jobs, you work the project to its completion. Once the project is complete, there's nothing for you to work on. So now you have to wait until there is another job site or whatever. Like, cool. This is not like he's not like a little electrician riding around in a Scooby-Doo van. Like, can I fix your light? Like the man has a job. Okay. He's got a fairly decent job. Like, let's not do too much. And he's also supporting himself allegedly. We never got to see his face in DC. So there is some money somewhere. But Monica didn't like him. And I said this last time we talked about them. Monica was doing her little version of a Tyler Perry experiment. This was Mr. Good Deeds, okay? She was Tyler Perry and he was Thandie Newton. Remember when Thandie came out and was like, my name, you don't say it like Thandie? But I don't remember how she told us to say it. She ain't really been in the media since then. No disrespect. Steven is Thandie Newton. You know what I mean? This was her social experiment. So I'm not surprised that it didn't work. Okay. Now, fast forward. Steven has to go do a sleep study. Whilst at the sleep study, and I don't know what type of sleep study you could get drunk at. Do you get drunk before you come in and then they let you sleep like that? If a sleep study, they're trying to, like, was this for him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't you need to be like as normal as possible? Or was this like a sleep study, like, come and test this Pfizer treatment? Some of y'all is going to get the placebo, some of y'all is going to get the real thing, and we're going to see. What type of sleep study was this? I have so many questions. Also, another question that I have is, how did she find his cell phone? How does she end up going through the text messages? Okay. Mary Redacted said I was not allowed alcohol for days before her sleep study. That's why I'm like, so what sleep study were you drunk at? Like I'm so confused. But he says that he was drunk at the sleep study and then he starts texting with this person that he's not supposed to be texting with. Okay. According to Monica, these were like talking about nasty fetishes, just like whatever you imagine when you think about nasty, not even sexy, but nasty messages, times that by 10. Because she was like, I am like, ugh. She was grossed out. Okay. She was uber gagging over the hair in the food in where were they at? Antigua? Okay. No. Disgusted. We don't know how she found the phone. We don't know how she ended up going through it. Okay. He allegedly texted her that night into the next day. So even once he had sobered up, he was still texting this woman. Now, please remember that they had just had a conversation about there being no schmexcapades because Steven was telling Monica like he wasn't all in. And she's like, I'm not doing the brown chicken brown cow with somebody who's not all in. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a grown woman. I'm really here to find love. I'm trying to be in a relationship. So we're not just here to like cut to the very next day. He doing the same exact thing that he told her he did to his ex-girlfriend. He cheated on Monica the same exact way he said he cheated on his ex-girlfriend. Disgusting. But believe it or not the worst, okay? Hide your friends, hide your wives, okay? Because Tyler is outside. What I need you to do is like this live, share this live, okay? Everybody here, send it to at least one person because we are getting ready to get into the Tyler Ashley. Does he have a baby? Does he not have a baby? I got receipts for y'all, okay? So that's what you need to do. We are going to move on to one other couple, and then we are swinging it back around to Tyler and Ashley. So we giving y'all time to share the live, okay? And when you come in, if you were sent the live, tell that person to say, hey, in the chat, okay? Talk back. I promise I'm going to talk to you, okay? Taylor and Garrett, okay, they're growing on me. They're cute. According to the little the preview, something is getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to hit a little bit of a snafu, which was kind of great because they weren't giving romance of the year, but they were giving the most grown, right? They were having those real conversations. Hey, I work, you work, I'm ambitious, you're ambitious. How is this really going to work? My family's here, your family's here. This is like, they were all of the things we say that people never talk about on Love is Blind, they were 100% talking about. Excuse me. And so it wasn't that it was boring, but it was just like, okay, we're not like, there's nothing happening here one way or another. And so for that, it was kind of like, okay. At the end of the day, it's still reality TV, babe. But they're cute. They're having the conversations. Taylor met Garrett's family. Garrett, they're arranging for Garrett to go out to San Diego, which is where Taylor is from. We saw Taylor's apartment. Things were cute. It was cute. Okay. Things were doing what they were supposed to do. As promised. Hello to the new people in the chat. How you doing? What? So sorry. I just saw this on Neighborhood Talk as I was getting ready to tell y'all about Tyler and Ashley. Prayers up, 32-year-old father, famous for having the same birthday as his wife and baby, was shot dead outside of Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not familiar with that person, but that is the story that just came up on my phone. My goodness. Oh, Jesus, that is so sad. Sending so much love. It kind of feels like now we go to them, but from a good father to a bad father. Okay, so child, Tyler and Ashley. Now, I just want to say, I thought that good old Tim was going to be the problem. I thought that when we got back to DC, Tim was going to be the problem. Tyler almost had me fooled. They was doing a little bit too much praying and all of that at every turn, but they was cute. Okay, cool. Great. So at the very end of the episodes that dropped, Tyler finally decided to tell Ashley that he is a sperm donor to 3 different kids. Now, I'm just hold on. Hold on, Holiday. Hold on. Listen to what he says about how he broke the news to Ashley, and then we'll chat.
Tyler, you already know what we finna talk about, boo. So I need to know, I want to know, did you disclose on your application, about the kids that you had?
No, on the application, it's not disclosed on there.
Okay, so what was your thought process of the timing that you took to actually let her know, about the kids?
Yeah, so there was no set time frame. I think, there was never going to be a right time to let Ashley know. It was hard to figure that out and navigate. I just didn't want to talk about it on camera. So when the time came, I brought it up off camera. It was her request to talk about it on camera. And I was okay with that.
Admirable thing you did. You should just have that conversation a little bit sooner.
100%. No, listen, I am not disagreeing at all. For me, in my mind, I was like, there's never going to be a right time.
I was like, honey, I was rooting for you. I was like, not him.
Yeah, because that man is not a sperm donor. Okay. He is not a sperm donor. This man, number one, has 3 kids. Where's my finger? With 1 woman. They've got a little boy. He's the oldest. And then they got a set of girl twins. Okay. How you the sperm donor to the okay. Please, not too much. So the story goes a little something like this. It was broken by y'all know I like to get people's names right, especially after I was just yelling at the YT woman for not getting Rams's name right. Let me get the content creator. Story time with Riki. I think that's how you say it. Okay, so she has been doing the Lord's work. She has been interviewing and talking to people. Okay, I said the Lord's work, I mean the Lord's work. So this man, I don't know if y'all are familiar with sperm donors, but this is not how it works. Okay, this is not how it works at all. What happens is not this. What you're looking at Tyler sitting there with his wrong one. You're not looking at Tyler. You're looking at Tyler sitting in the hospital delivery room with his twins. Okay. Again, this is not what happens when you were just a sperm donor. That is not how this works at all. Okay. So, according to the story, and also remember, I showed you earlier this week, I showed you the photos that the mother, the grandmother had on her Instagram page, Miss Etta. Right. Okay. So Miss Etta is the grandbaby, the grandmother of the son. We have now found out that Miss Etta is also the grandmother of the twins. Okay. Surprise, she's everybody's grandma. Her daughter, Brie, was married to a woman. Okay. This woman is who is talking to Storytime with Riki. Okay. According to her and Brie were trying to conceive or whatever. What they were doing was the turkey baster method with Tyler's swimmers. Okay. I can only tell you the story as it was given. They are doing the turkey baster method with Tyler Swimmers, okay? She's not getting pregnant. Bree's not getting pregnant. Bree's not getting pregnant. Now, pause there. They know Tyler because Tyler and Bree are friends. According to the ex-wife, she has stepped to both of them more than once. Like, y'all sure y'all just friends? Because it's not giving that. 100% think that Bree doesn't want people to know that she was intimate with him being Tyler, because she messes with women, but she 1000% liked him from the beginning. Our entire relationship, I always doubted that they were just friends, and I confronted the both of them on it several times. I was not surprised at all that this ended up happening because I knew they both liked each other. I can tell that they are more than just co-parents from the pictures. We can all tell. We can all tell. So, according to the story, they were supposed to be using him. She wasn't getting pregnant, and then boom, it worked, popped up pregnant. And she was like, okay. He was just supposed to be the sperm donor. I don't know if y'all watch Grace and Frankie or any sitcom where they do this, okay? He was just supposed to be the sperm donor. So much so that Tyler is not listed on the birth certificate of the son. I know this from the video. You can go watch the video if you want to. He's not listed on the birth certificate, okay? It is Bree and her wife, because he was supposed to be the sperm donor. If he had any interaction with the son, it was supposed to be through the lens of Uncle Tyler, not his dad. Okay. The ex-wife, well, they start going through things, they separate, but they are very much supposed to still be together. Again, Tyler is not supposed to be at the house doing feedings, doing that. He's just supposed to be, if you see him at a cookout, that's Uncle Tyler. She don't even know until we, the world, find out that they got all these pictures together with him on the floor in his do-rag. I showed y'all the pictures with his kids and all of that, looking very, very, very much like an involved dad. Here you go. Here's a picture. Hold on. Let's get it up here. That's an involved father. Oh, but wait, there's more. And this man telling that girl, after they talked about kids 4,059 times that episode, they even shook on it. If we have a boy, I, being Tyler, get to pick the name. They shook on it. Never once did he say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm already a daddy. I already have a little boy. They didn't say none of that. It's giving, you know what it's giving? It's giving Carlton from season 1. This man is father of the year, child. Let's get into some comments. This is Love Etta Thomas, or Lavetta. Is that her name? Miss Lavetta. Hi, Miss Lamana. So men with children aren't allowed to find love. Also, just because y'all don't know doesn't mean that Ashley doesn't know. Yes, he should, especially since he had Bree and they didn't make it. I'm saying don't stop calling your kids. So what she's trying to say is that now that he's on the show, he is no longer involved. And again, according to the wife, first of all, let me tell you something. Bree took, after they decided to get a divorce, Bree took her wife to court over custody of the son. Remember I told you that Tyler's name is not on that kid's birth certificate? Do you know that that Tyler showed up in court in defense of Bree to strip the rights from the wife? So much so that she ended up she stopped fighting for it. I can't afford this. I'm going to let you have it. Then they were living together, and whilst living together, they made the twins. Lavetta says lies. They were living together when the twins were conceived. They were a surprise. The oldest wasn't even a year when the twins were conceived. Ew. Is actually right. And then he proceeds to scrub all of this from the internet. I don't understand these men who rob these women of these experiences. We've never seen Love is Blind has never had a like breakout star who didn't get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like American Idol. These people aren't being catapulted into fame. If you aren't ready to be a husband, there are so many other reality shows that you could be on. Why would you do this to people? Whether it's from a man to a woman, or even a woman to a man, like, why would you play a game like that? A dangerous game like that. You seen Ashley Daddy? Ashley Daddy looked like he knows somebody who knows something about it. Ashley Daddy looked like he played with them things. Even if I was Tyler, the second I met that daddy, I'd be like, hold on, I got something to tell y'all. Hold on. I got kids. I would tell that man looks like the villain in every crime show. You could pick up, his name was Dixon. You could pick up Ashley's daddy Dixon and put him in Blue Bloods. You could definitely put him in Blacklist. You could put him in SWAT. You could put him in Leverage. Any show you could think. Lucifer, for sure. I wouldn't play with it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to her? Now, I have a confession to make about these two. Clearly, I didn't watch till the end of episode 6. Remember, I asked y'all, like, am I missing something? Why do y'all keep saying that y'all think Ashley hit Tim? What am I missing? Child, I did not know that I did not finish that episode. I would have bet my last dollar that I finished it. So apparently, I don't like Alexandria. Alex, is that her name? I want to go on record. I don't like her. Apparently, after they left from meeting all the other couples, she was just in her head. She was ready to go home. Cool. Tim was stepping to her like, what's wrong? Clearly, there's a difference in your personality. Like, what's up? She wanted him to stop talking. She says, according to her, that she put her hand over his mouth. As a super grown person, I don't know. I don't know if that's how you handle things. Mary, you should absolutely be watching Love is Blind. She says she puts her hand over his mouth because he just won't stop talking. This is also a man who told you, I don't do that fighting and that arguing stuff. So the streets is saying that they think that Alex hit Tim. And that production is just trying to keep that a secret because that would just really ruin the season. Also, I don't know if clearly Alex didn't tell her family how this show works. So as they are getting ready to meet the family, you see Alex coaching Tim like, okay, this is how we're going to tell them at work. She took her ring off and everything. As if your daddy not going to see the show. Now, then they going to find out, oh, you played me. Why? And why? Also, as a grown person, why do... I'm not lying to your daddy. I'm not. I will do what Tyler did with Dixon was cute. He said, listen, I read your daughter a letter that was addressed to you. I would like to read that to you now. And then pulled out a letter. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not finna pretend. I'm not finna take off no ring. Over on Instagram, we have some comments. Hi, Instagram. Y'all know I suck at reading screen names, but this comment says she consistently said that she had a temper, and he consistently said that he don't like drama. There's a clear disconnect from jump. absolutely. Even the way that she handled him when he was like, listen, if I got to fight, if I got to argue, I'm out the door. And she was like, oh, we have to test that. It's not even giving she has a temper. It's also giving like that she liked that a little bit. And that's weird. Also, Tim gives me, I don't argue because if I argue, like he's like a recovering blackout man, like or something, like you know what I mean? Like I don't argue because when I argue, I get angry. Like he's the Hulk or something. It's just which we stand a man committed to the peace, committed to just like being calm for sure, for sure. But also it gives like there's a reason why I can't get mad, and that like. I don't know. It's something about Tim that give Lifetime movie. I'm sorry. And here come the man. I can hear him now. Y'all so hard on men. You want a man. This man got a job. He got his house together. It's the vibes. It's the vibe. Listen to the vibes. It's the vibes. The vibe gives like alligator leather or human leather. What's the couch made out of? Like, also, girl, did you know that you was going to be bringing whoever your man was going to be? Did you know that you was going to be bringing them back to your apartment? I would have never let nobody in like that. It wasn't dirty. Her apartment wasn't dirty. It looked like she just got done packing. Also, if you're a content creator, content manager, the boxes all over the place makes complete sense. I'm just saying you don't get a second chance at a first impression. I would have never let nobody into my house looking like that. I would have had to call my homegirls like, crap. Use the spare key. Hold me down. Go clean it up. I left it a mess and I can't let this man see me like this. I would have never let that go down. Y'all scare me. We gonna end on Hannah and Nick D. And again, I want to go on record and tell y'all Hannah hates Nick. 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 She just don't want to leave this experiment. I don't know if it's because like the contract signed. I don't know if it's true that like if you get to the point where a ring is engaged and then you don't make it to the altar, then you like owe money. I don't know, but it's giving that. She clearly does not like that man. You have married a spoiled man. Spoiled man. On one hand, it's beautiful that Nick is spoiled in that he has family that supports him, and like he's living a softer life. On the other hand, it's like, sir, you should know that I'm asking you to cook the noodles. Even if you did look in the refrigerator, you should have known that the next place that you needed to look was the pantry. Also, Hannah's family looks so cute. They look so. I have so many questions because why was Hannah on her own? They look all put together and all inclusive and all of that. Like, her daddy looked like he got DC money. Why was it so hard for her? Why was she on her own? Also, she can dish it, but she cannot take it, which was something that was seen from the very beginning. But then her brother came over and had a whisper conversation with Nick. That solidified it all. She can dish it, but she cannot take it. Also, she is quite literally engaged to a man who cannot fill the pot with pasta water. Not only could he not find the pasta to boil, he did not know how much water to put in said pot. She had to take over. So in fact, he did not help. Okay. But this, I don't know, this chip on her shoulder that she has. Are you going to be on my cell phone bill? Are you going to be paying your bills? Listen, girl, I don't care how married I am. If my mama want to pay a bill, I'm gonna let her pay a bill. Hello? Which one would you like to take? Like, please. A cell phone bill? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it over there. My car insurance? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it over there. Cause you know for sure who check not gonna bounce? My daddy's. It don't matter how many houses I sell. It don't matter. None of that. My daddy check gonna clear every time. Which means every time I'm gonna have car insurance. Leave it right where it is. That's exactly what I would have said. Oh, back to real quick before we get up out of here. Back to Vanessa, when Ramses was like, "Oh, I've been married. We got married young. I was 25." She was like, "25 is not young." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That lady needs help. She needs help. Help her. Guys, that's it. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna do my due diligence this time. I'm actually gonna save this live to Instagram. So if you want to come back and check it out, it'll be available for you to do so. Again, as always, the inboxerization of it all is still open. If you would like to tell me a secret, tell me an anonymous story that you need my advice on, you can email your secret over to elsaidthat@gmail.com. ELLE said that at gmail.com. Okay, tell me something good. Tell me a secret. Tell me. Give me that tea, baby. I want it. I need it. Okay. I love you. You could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here bumping your gums with me, and that is greatly appreciated. Until next time, it costs $3.99 to be a good person. So get out there and do that share. Bye.